gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNB1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the legendary Tavares and just a collection of some cool-ass wonderful people.
Tired of expensive phone and home internet bills with long-term contracts? Get ready for total freedom with unbeatable value. Total Wireless by Verizon is celebrating the grand opening of 2 new stores in Massachusetts. Join us on Monday, July 14th at 1843 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford and Friday, August 1st at 5 Park Street in Attleboro. Switch to Total Wireless and get the power of Verizon's 5G network with no contracts and plans starting as low as $23 a month per line for 5 lines. It's time to make the switch and get a great deal on home internet, new phones, and tablets for the whole family. Don't miss the grand openings of Total Wireless by Verizon in New Bedford on July 14th and in Attleboro on August 1st. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
For a truly satisfying dining experience, look no further than Top Shelf Bar and Grill in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Our family-style restaurants offer an array of mouth-watering dishes, from pub favorites to traditional Portuguese cuisine. Treat yourself to an expertly prepared Portuguese meal or unwind with a handcrafted cocktail from our bar. Be sure to try our signature creations, including shrimp Mozambique, bourbon tips, grilled salmon, and the signature top shelf steak. Our warm and inviting atmosphere, combined with exceptional service, ensures a memorable experience. Since 2011, Top Shelf has proudly served a unique blend of Mediterranean-inspired cuisine, reflecting Portuguese, Spanish, and American flavors. Our founder, Robert J. Afonso, drew upon his industry expertise to create a welcoming space where everyone can enjoy a delicious meal, catch a game, or simply relax with friends. We strive to make our house your house, fostering a sense of community and supporting local organizations. When you visit Top Shelf Bar and Grill, make sure to mention WNB1 Radio and enjoy your meal.
Step into the warm embrace of the Lighthouse Tavern, a cozy, welcoming restaurant in the heart of New Bedford, Mass. Our family-friendly atmosphere is complemented by our dedication to serving delicious meals, refreshing drinks, and providing exceptional service that will make you feel right at home. Whether you're joining us for a casual dinner or a special occasion, our goal is to make you feel like part of the family. Visit us at 578 Brock Avenue, New Bedford, or call 508-742-6128 for reservations or takeout orders. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
Have you made that New Year's resolution to get into shape and you still haven't followed through with it? Then you need to join KO Gym.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
KO Gym is located at 50 Conduit Street in the north end of New Bedford, within the historic mills in a 5,000 square foot space, within plenty of room to train for social distancing, and the facility has unlimited parking outside. KO Gym offers exclusive training in Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, grappling, jiu-jitsu, as well as strength and conditioning programs. So if you're looking to train to get into shape to train for self-defense, or if you're looking to train to compete professionally, KO Gym has experienced professional staff to help you obtain your goal. They also offer one-on-one personal training as well as group classes to satisfy everyone's needs. So go ahead and let KO Gym help you make that change for a healthy body and a healthy mind. And also tell them that WMB1 Radio made the referral for you.
Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has been a leader in the school bus industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1980, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has provided the South Coast and surrounding areas of the Commonwealth transportation services ranging from private to contracted school bus and van services for corporate transportation. Specializing in school bus transportation, Reliable Bus Lines cares about your precious cargo. Our drivers are trained and certified and understand the importance of being on time and getting students to and from school safely. A staple in the greater New Bedford region, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated is a women and minority-owned company. Our staff prides itself on being diverse, professional, and helpful. Call now to book your next outing, 508-992-0342. So come and take a ride with Reliable Bus, the bus you can trust. And don't forget to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you. It's no secret that the trucking industry is struggling for drivers. So why not look for a school that can get you the credentials that you need to start that new career? Get on the road to success with J&J Driving School and Logistics Incorporated, located at 978 Nash Road in New Bedford, Massachusetts. J&J is a Black and woman-owned trade school leading the South Coast in CDL training. J&J offers the most comprehensive training programs for CDLs A, B, and school bus training. Don't let opportunities drive right by you. Go and see our friends at J&J and get your CDL career started right away. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
WNB1 Radio.
Good evening and welcome to WMB1 Radio. You're in tune to Straight to the Point Sports here on WMB1 Radio. And I am joined today by the regulars, Kevin Rudolph, Steve Lopes, and Derek Consatio. What's going on, fellas?
What up, everybody?
What up? What up?
It's football season.
Yes.
Day one.
It starts today. We will have football every Sunday or on other days all the way until the second week of February.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me. So with that being said, we're gonna cap off our division. Overlooking our divisions this week, and we're obviously going to talk about the NFC East, which coincidentally is the game that's going on today. We'll give our thoughts, our predictions as to what's going to happen in the 2025-2026 season. Also, we need to talk about the NCAA
Clemson
football. We need to talk about the football weekend that was, and it was a very, very, very good opening week. We had 3 teams in the top 10?
Yes, sir. 3 games.
6 teams.
6 out of the 10.
6 out of the 6 teams in the top 15 that actually played. So it was a great opening day, and we'll look at some of the games that took place. As well as one of the games that should have been a game, but it wasn't, in regards to North Carolina. Bill Belichick took a beating.
Do we really have to talk about that?
Yeah, we have to.
We have bad it was.
But TCU's good.
That was my sleeper team. Remember, I said watch out for TCU.
So, but wait a second. So let's put it in this context. If Bill Belichick were not coaching UNC, would that game have been on television?
Nope.
No.
Here we go.
Because they haven't had a good program in a while.
Gotcha. He almost has the same effect that Dion has. It's bringing star power to collegiate football.
Yeah, but last year Dion let off with TCU, and he beat TCU.
Yeah.
Great point.
But this is my point. You got a Super Bowl winning coach.
Oh no, without a doubt.
Super Bowl.
Without a doubt, that's one reason why they.
You saw all the star power.
Jordan,
Michael
Taylor,
Jordan was there. Randy Moss was there.
Lawrence Taylor.
Yes, he had Lawrence.
Both alums of North Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had actors, actresses. He had.
Oh yeah, definitely. I get it.
So
support. Let's talk about that and not the game.
Who
was in the crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah, support everywhere but on the field.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where he's trying to revive the program. I'm gonna get, I'm not gonna dump all over him. He's
No, I
inheriting the
wouldn't-
team.
Yeah, I wouldn't dump on him.
He's inheriting a team. So when people, there were people who were trolling online. I happened to go on one of the sports sites on Facebook, and I said, well, they weren't very good when he took over for the Patriots. They only won 5 games.
The Browns.
Yeah,
It takes a while.
Well,
to
no,
build.
I'm talking. Well, yeah, with the Browns.
Well,
But
I'm just saying,
I was talking about with the
his debut with the team always is notoriously not
So
good.
listen, as unfairly as it is, I don't think that any coach should be judged until their 3rd year, because the first year really isn't theirs.
They're cooking with other people's food.
Yeah,
That's right.
cooking
The
with
first
other people's
year-
ingredients.
The first year isn't theirs. The second year is theirs. All right. Now you're starting to integrate. And the 3rd year, you should have a good handle on everything that's going on.
There's going to be kids that
And it's-
Jordan has just pledged like $100 million
Yes.
to North Carolina, so
Yes.
they're going to have that NIL money.
Listen.
So they're going to attract some players.
And that was something I was going to touch on too, because they borrowed money from the basketball program and spent more money on the football program that's nowhere near ready for prime time yet.
Absolutely.
And then they got the Jordan pledge and all that. But they're taking from other programs to highlight. If I'm North Carolina basketball, I'm kind of upset. Like, at least we're winning from time to time.
I believe verbatim, Jordan said there's $100 million to athletics. He said,
And he didn't even play football.
Yeah, but he also said there's plenty more where that came from.
Of course.
Call a few friends.
Well, that's the good thing about having a great
of course.
alma mater with a lot of tradition, because Jordan's not the only one. There's a lot of
That's
people
what I
that
said.
came through North
He
Carolina.
said I can call a few friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you have star power such as Mike has, the pocket will be endless. You just keep reaching and reaching and reaching, and that's going to be a draw. Let's face it. I don't care. We had this conversation 2 years ago when before NIL started. We said the power players were going to be the ones with the deepest pockets when it came to NILs. And we honestly said that a lot of the football teams are going to shape some of the basketball teams, because NIL money is going to be there.
Absolutely.
It's going to be there. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But yeah, we'll talk about Bill and what went on or what didn't go on after we recap all the other games. So yeah, first things first, we need to get back to our divisions. And as luck would have it, we've got the NFC East division, the predictions for the 2025-26 season. And as we know, the Super Bowl champion resides in that division. The Philadelphia Eagles, who are playing tonight against the Dallas Cowboys, and by no mistake, they get them open tonight, and it's their rival, so they get to unveil their ring ceremony along with the raising of their new banner, and it's like, here you go, Dallas. But yeah, so Philly was the toast of the NFL, and like I said, they reside in the NFC East. They ultimately won the Super Bowl, went 12-5, followed by Philly, who also was the number 2 team in the
Philly
NFC.
can't follow.
Yeah, I was gonna say Philly
Washington.
follow Philly.
Washington.
excuse me. Washington. Washington was the second place team who actually resides in the NFC East too. So I heard a discussion on my way to the studio today, and they were talking about top divisions, and they said, well, why can't the NFC East be considered an elite division? They're top heavy, but they had the 1 and number 2 team that finished last year in the conference. And they beat the number 1, Washington beat the number 1 seed.
Who was that?
Number 2 seed.
Not Minnesota.
I was just curious. You guys say I'm old. My memory's not that good. I just wanted to make sure.
These guys, they can't wait to take shots at one another. But at any rate,
Washington finished at 12-5. Dallas finished at 7-10, and the Giants brought up the rear at 3-14. All right, gentlemen, we will talk first about the Super Bowl champs. All right, let's talk about something good about them. Let's talk about in the 2025-2026 season, their strengths. Let's talk about their strengths.
Saquon Barkley.
Staying healthy and playing with a quality offensive
that
line. What a
offensive
big
line.
difference.
Defensive line.
Yeah. Their receiving
Super
core.
Bowl quarterback. What do you want to, they got a lot of strengths.
They do.
They've got probably one of the deepest rosters in the NFL.
Absolutely.
Barring none. And
didn't they just bring like Cam Johnson back from the Jacksonville Jaguars like last week or something? He's not a projected starter, but he's a swing lineman who can play on both sides. I think that's big. So if you have one of them guys go down, you got a good backup. There's nothing like a good backup in any sport. See one that's going to hold his own. The depth is
they're set up at just about every position on the field.
Yeah.
And the point I wanted to make before I forgot, I want to say they have one of the best front offices in football because they had good players. They started building for this 3 years ago. When they drafted the young guys like Jalen Carter, they weren't starters yet. Now they had to make some decisions.
Jalen Carter was a starter.
Who was the other guy, the other young dude that they drafted?
They had
but then the
those guys, they drafted all Alabama guys.
Yeah, but
Georgia.
All Georgia. But there was another guy on the defensive line. He didn't start right away. He it wasn't Jalen Carter, but it's another really good defensive lineman. But my point was they had veterans in place already, and those guys didn't have to come in and be dominant right away. They also had the defensive backs that they were able to bring in. They prepared to lose the old veterans that were already there doing the job. I know they had to replace a couple of defensive backs, and then they drafted 2 defensive backs that both started early and produced early.
St. Jean and the other one.
And then the other guy that's a shutdown guy.
Yeah.
But they started preparing so that they wouldn't fall off. I love what their front office did because they realized they had veterans at certain positions, and they said, we're not going to be able to maintain that type of salary that these guys are going to command, especially when you win a Super Bowl. What happens? You get pillaged.
Yeah.
Whether it's your coaches, whether it's your players.
They come and pluck coordinators.
So they planned for that 2 years out and had the young guys ready to step in that are still on rookie contracts to replace. They lost two defensive linemen. Derek, do you remember their defensive backfield?
Yeah.
They lost 2 guys that we thought were perennial starters, but they just got too expensive. And now the guy you mentioned and
they
were like
Jackson.
Yeah, they were like, we can let them guys go because these young guys are ready like right
Darius
now.
Darius Slay.
Yep. But I'm still trying to remember the other defensive lineman that plays.
You know that name.
I know both of them.
Uh-huh.
But I think that goes underrated and underappreciated, like how smart their front office was. And then to go after Saquon Barkley, everything they did.
Milton
Williams left, but there's still somebody else that's a young guy.
Tackle.
Yeah, they let him leave, but the guy that's replacing him, it's not Jalen Carter, but it's another
replacing him.
That's going to be the starting nose tackle.
Jordan Davis.
Mm-hmm. Jordan Davis is now ready to inherit that role, and it won't be a fall off. But he's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So is Jalen Carter still on his rookie contract?
Yeah.
So imagine that, like you got.
Yeah.
So now you paid Saquon what, $20 million? They paid him something crazy.
No, they didn't pay him nothing crazy. The running back is so devalued, it's not even funny.
I thought when they signed him away from the Giants, I thought he got like a big raise, but
he got a raise.
Oh, it was McCaffrey got
no, he just Saquon got a raise, but it wasn't nothing big.
And didn't they pay all they paid all their skill position players too, right? Their wide receivers.
Yep.
So they were able to do that by letting the salary from them veterans leak out the door and then having the replacements that are ready to step in on rookie contracts. I think that's brilliant. I think that was the most strong point of their team, was having the foresight of the front office to work together and do what's best. I don't see them falling off unless they get hurt.
So what you just explained is perfect because most teams do just the opposite.
Yeah.
They sign, they reward, they over-reward
the older players.
And do the let's run it back type thing.
Yep.
It happens in all of sports,
and then they can't produce the way they did when they were younger.
Not just football,
Boston
basketball,
Celtics.
baseball. So long as you're on top, it's the teams are more liable to say, okay, here's a contract, but the front office has the wherewithal to say, hey, listen, you know what? We don't want to get strapped. We want to have a good mixture of veterans with some youth, and hopefully we get the same results. It's it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen.
And when you get Howie Roseman as a GM that doesn't have to worry about, because Jeffrey Lurie's their owner, right?
Yep.
Whatever you want to do, I got you. He trusts Howie Roseman so good that Howie Roseman knows with confidence he can make a move without somebody looking over his shoulder and questioning it. And that's what an owner should do. You trust the football guy to make football decisions, and you just step back and write the paychecks and look at the results.
You hear that, Jerry? You hear that, Jerry?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he hears it.
I wonder if that was a shot taken.
No, but it was a comparison since those teams. But
no,
the way these two organizations do it, all the players like their front office people. They love their owner. He takes care of his people.
And I think it's gonna copy that blueprint. I think the Commanders are gonna do.
I think so. I think they're set up to try.
Their collective group of owners, including Magic over there, are gonna do some things over there to try to keep them relevant for the next decade, guaranteed. And you got, like we said, Jerry. He needs to take a page out of somebody else's book because his book is not working.
When was the last time you saw Jeffrey Lurie on TV doing an interview?
No.
Nope.
I remember when they won the NFC Championship and then the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's
rightfully
that's when
so.
You're supposed to
That's
when you're supposed to.
Because they want to talk to the people at the top.
Right?
Yep.
That's when you're supposed to do it. But yeah, so we know that they've got a lot of strengths. Weaknesses. What weaknesses do we see? There's one.
I think the water boy could be replaced.
One key element that stumped them 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. Remember, they got both offensive and defensive coordinators. So now they got a new defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So they got a new defensive coordinator. Will that defensive coordinator?
They have a new offensive coordinator too.
Is it new offensive?
Yeah, he's gone.
Offensive.
Yeah, didn't what's his face leave to go to?
No,
nobody.
Kellen Moore gone.
Yeah, Kellen Moore's gone.
Oh, I thought he was in Dallas for some reason.
Nah,
yeah, but I didn't know he was in Philly.
He's the coach of the Saints.
Oh, that's right.
Is he?
Yeah, he is the head coach of the Saints. I didn't realize he was their offensive coordinator.
He was their offensive coordinator.
That's huge.
They lost both
again.
Again. Okay, so 2 years ago they lost both.
That's the price of success.
2 years ago they lost both offensive.
You don't remember during the Super Bowl they were talking about him getting an interview and he was going to wait until after the season?
You know something? It totally slipped my mind.
And the year before they lost Shane Steichen on offensive coordinator, and then whoever was the defensive.
So now they're facing the very same thing that they did, and then the year that preceded it, they barely made the playoffs. I should say they lost their last 5 or 6 games down the stretch. And got blown out by Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Who's their backup quarterback?
Tampa Bay blown out.
Yeah. Who's their backup quarterback? That's another glaring weakness to me.
Yeah.
Oh, in Philly?
Yeah. That's another glaring weakness to me.
They just traded for the guy Howell from my team. He went and signed as the backup because we took
like he said
Carson Wentz.
Like he said, who's their quarterback?
No, but it just came to me who it was, and I had to think, and I was like,
key.
only because it was my team that they traded Howell for a 6th-round pick to be the backup
and everything, but
they better hope nothing happens to Hurts.
If they stay healthy, I think they're the favorites.
Oh yeah,
they have to be.
And I think runaway favorites.
Yeah, they
I don't know about runaway.
I don't know about runaway
because
I think it's
the hunter and the hunted.
It's different.
No, they are,
man.
But
it's different.
Do you know which team had the most closest wins last year? The smallest point
margin. Oh,
Washington. They won the closest games. They had so many pulled it out in the last second. I can't see them having that much good fortitude.
When you saying runaway, you see runaway the NFC East?
Yes.
Oh, we thought you were talking about the whole NFC.
No. I meant because we're only comparing the division.
NFC East.
I think it's going to be a runaway in that division because I don't see the Commanders having as good a year as they had last year. And I think that's going to be because of they won so many close games. They won all their close games.
Take into account,
And I can't see them winning all those close games again.
Let's take into account that they're not going to have those close. They may not have those close games because they had a last place schedule. Number one,
Yeah.
And
They
this
also
year,
didn't do nothing to help
this
their
year,
defense,
the NFC East plays the AFC West and the NFC North. Two pretty staunch divisions.
Yeah, consensus would say that the NFC North is the number one division in
Yeah.
all football.
Yeah.
Who's next? Are we talking about us in the East, the NFC East?
It could be because we haven't gotten the two other teams.
And I'm not
that
even
might be
including.
better than-
I'm saying us as in because with the two teams of Washington and Philly are really that good. Well, they like I said, we're going to see what Washington can do because now they're on the map.
The Rams.
Yeah, they're pretty tough too. So I think second place is up for grabs.
NFC
We'll see
West.
during the season. NFC West is okay.
All right, so that's the Philadelphia Eagles in a nutshell.
We're doing predictions on
So how many wins do you think?
So
assuming they
Philly-
stay healthy.
Philly finished 14-3 last year. I got them at 12-5.
I only got them dropping off one game.
I got them at 12-5.
See the schedule?
I looked at the schedule.
I know their schedule.
I say 13.
Yeah.
I got them at 12-5.
I got them at 13.
The reason why I say 12-5 is I think I'm going to point it at Kevin. You got to bring your A game every week.
Every game.
You got to bring your A game every week.
You are now everybody's Super Bowl.
And I think as a result of that, I think that they'll probably end up dropping a couple, maybe a few more games that they probably shouldn't. But because of the fact that you got to have 150% focus every week.
For example, you get somebody like the Titans, that fairly young team. You got a Cam Ward over there. What better to be on their resume in Cam's first year? I'm just using them as an example to beat the Super Bowl champs. I don't even know if they play each other. It's just an example. Well, everybody's going to have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's going to be ridiculous.
Every week that game's important for their opposition, but they might overlook somebody.
Yeah, that's what we touched on this in the last couple of weeks. It's just everybody's Super Bowl. Everybody's so hot because you're not supposed to beat them.
Yeah, no.
I say 13-4.
They're going to be favored in almost every game. Including tonight. Tonight could be
7.5. They're 7.5 points.
And tonight might be a distraction with the rings and.
That's another thing. You're gonna have all these
start
ring
feeling
ceremonies
themselves
and
slow out the gate.
And we said it already. I know we all know this. They are now the hunted. Everybody wants that ass.
Their coach also stated that they will not be on the field for this ring ceremony or the raising of the flag.
Who?
The Eagles. So they'll be in
the locker room.
In the locker room.
I know a few Dallas players.
So you're giving a tribute to the team, but the team's
CeeDee
not on the
Lamb.
field.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That's what they said.
It's a tribute to the fans.
I'm not saying he's wrong, but it just makes no sense.
So I look at it this way, right? If I were the coach, GM, and owner, I'd say, you know what? Let's have which I'm sure they have, because I know for a fact that all teams get together and they have their own little gathering prior to today's shingding. But if I were all three, I would be in agreement to say, you know what, that unveiling of the raising of the flag is more so for the fans.
It is. You're absolutely right.
It's more so for the fans. All right. You guys get your rings. You guys got your parade. And it takes a little more distraction away from them.
And you actually played in the game and won the Super Bowl.
That's right.
Early on this year. So
Yeah.
you've had all the celebrating.
Yeah. I mean, they celebrated, probably for about a month.
Hell yeah.
I
don't blame
between private functions, team functions, and the parade itself. So you've got your due. You're gonna have 8 or 9 games to go out there and look at that flag. You got the big shiny ring too.
Shit, you're gonna look at it every week, damn near. It's
Yeah.
your home stadium, unless you leave early when you go on the road.
Yeah.
Well,
They got a practice facility.
Yeah.
They're not in the which one. But I'm just saying, it's just more of a distraction. I think you let the fans get hyped. You're inside, concentrate more, and it takes a little more pressure off,
have
and
eight-
keep you focused.
They have 8 home games.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had 8
Yeah,
or 9 or whatever the case was, but
Yeah, but isn't one of those overseas, but it's considered a home game? I think Philly might play overseas this year.
I don't know.
But-
I don't know. But at any rate, yeah. So I mean, so I got 12. Derek, you got 13.
No,
me and Kev
no,
got 13.
I have 11.
You have 11.
Wow.
So you have 13.
Yeah,
So 11,
13.
12, 13. All right. Like I said, I
Just
got
because they
them
got
at
tough
12.
games on the road.
Okay.
Yeah, Super Bowl champs, as they should.
Tough games.
And you know another thing people aren't going to consider? The jury's out on Dallas. We'll find out about what they're all about starting tonight. But the Giants got better. The Giants
We'll
have
get there.
We'll get
And
there.
I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
their schedule in the division, which is always the toughest games.
We'll get there.
So that makes it harder to count on automatic wins when teams are intimidated to play you because it's a division game.
All right, so let's talk about Washington next. The Commanders, like I said, they lost to Philly in the NFC Championship game. Surprisingly, they won. They were underdogs against Detroit, and they pulled that out. No one. I don't think anyone had them beating Detroit.
I did.
You did?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wow. At any rate, I don't think anyone had them beating Detroit. So they definitely exceeded expectations, which could be good and it could be bad, because it's a relatively young team. You don't know how they're going to react this year. And I already made mention. They had a last place schedule. Now they've got a playoff schedule. All right. Steve made mention. They had the closest victory of margin, in the whole NFL.
Yeah.
Most single
That-
digit victories.
That may bode well against teams that are not good, but what happens when you flip the script and you're playing against competitive teams, and that's the case.
And maybe on the road, you won one of those close games at home. Now you got to go on the road, and you don't have the momentum to win that close.
And I hate to say it,
I know what you're going to say.
but they got
have
film
tape.
on
Yeah,
Mr.
I was going to
quarterback.
cue you on that. I was just saying, like Derek always says.
Year number 2. Yeah.
So he's their biggest threat. McLaurin sat out. We don't know if he's ready to play. We don't know how Debo's going to fit in over there. And they haven't established a running game yet.
They got a rookie running back.
Yeah, and they got Austin Eckler, who's basically a third down
Oh,
back.
and they said as right now, Eckler's going to be
Right.
He's the starter.
But he's not there.
They got Curtis Samuel over there too.
Oh, he's still there?
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name.
Me neither.
Yeah. So you just mentioned their strengths basically.
Wait, hold on. They kind of revamped their offensive line a little bit. They
Yeah.
got
But who's that guy, Sam, whatever? He's still out.
badass from the Cowboys. Beatis.
Yeah,
he's
that's
the
his second year
center,
over
and
there.
yep. And they got another kid over.
But they lost one of the guys right during the playoffs. He got hurt. Sam Crespi. His name's Sam something, but he's out for who knows. He might miss the whole year because he got hurt at the end of the year in the playoffs. But he was one of their better offensive linemen. And I don't remember them bringing in anybody new. Beatis was 2 years ago. He came in.
Actually, they got a lot of people.
They got
They got Jeremy Tunsil.
Oh, Laramie Tunsil from the Texans. That was
Yes.
that was a robbery. That's right.
That's via trade. They
That was
got
highway robbery.
They got Debo Samuel. All right.
Well,
that was acquired.
What up,
I was thinking just the offensive line.
No, I'm just talking overall. They also got Von Miller. Who else? Will Harris.
5-year-old Miller.
Marcus Mariota. Dietrich Wise. For the defensive line. They got a guy, Nate Herbig, a guy signed to a 1-year contract to provide line depth. Also Foster Sorrell, another tackle. Who else? That seems to be it.
When you realize the name of the person they lost, I'm going to try to.
Doesn't Nate realize the Bears don't play on Sunday?
So yeah,
Because I know when the Bears play.
my thing with them is you look at the guys that they brought in, okay? Tunsil, Samuel, Miller. A lot of these guys are a lot of age. What is the expectation for them? You know, I mean, they're going to be thrust right into the fire right away. And it's going to be against exclusive talent because of the fact that they obviously made the playoffs. I think that is going to be a concern.
They didn't. They didn't.
And even McLaurin. I mean,
listening to that, they didn't shore up their weakness last year, and that weakness was the defensive run stop.
They actually lost people because we took one of their interior defensive linemen and brought them in, and they never replaced them.
They got
Allen.
They got a guy, Eddie
What up,
Goldman,
Big Nate?
defensive lineman. Like I said, they've got Von Miller, outside linebacker. Dietrich Wise. He played for the Patriots, right?
Yep.
He was a Patriots defensive end. So I mean, a lot of the guys, a lot of the marquee names that they brought in. Let's talk about it. Debo. I mean, often hurt over the last 2 years. So and like I said, even McLaurin, he's not a spring chicken, by no means.
And he's probably got no football legs on him right now.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out really quick because you got to lace him up in 3 days.
So they're still going to struggle stopping people on defense. They lost one of their best offensive linemen. They brought in an offensive lineman, and we don't know what their running game. Their best runner might be their quarterback.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. And how soon will Terry McLaurin get back to where he was? He's a year older, but he sat out the whole preseason. How long before they get that timing back? So they might start off a little slow and then get better as they go on. But with the schedule they got, I think Philly set up better to maintain against a tougher schedule than Washington because they have a more complete team.
Also, so yeah, they end up losing one of their best edge rushers to us, Dante Fowler.
And we took their interior lineman.
Actually,
and they weren't
he
that
came
good
back
last
to
year.
us because he played with us first.
Yeah. Well, he went with coach.
Yeah, of course, no doubt.
He went with coach. But if the pastures are greener with money, you go with the money goes, right?
I think a big name just did that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. I mean, the one good thing that you could say is I think they finally got themselves a quarterback, which they've been missing for quite some time. Since the last time there was a quarterback there who struck gold, took off, and then went to another team and took off, and then went to another team and took off. Probably has made the most money out of any quarterback ever.
Kirky Cousins?
Yes.
I know a little something about him.
That was the last time they had a good quarterback.
Do you think he was a good quarterback there, though?
For that system?
Listen.
No, I'm just asking. I don't know.
So my thing is, right, he was the last good quarterback to come out of there. He had 2 good years. The team wasn't as good, but they were competitive.
Yeah.
You couldn't just you couldn't just say, okay, it's an automatic W. He was sure to come out slinging, and he put up numbers. I mean, that's what helped them get that big contract. So yeah, I think they've got themselves in the way. Think about it, right? It all starts with the quarterback. You don't have a good quarterback, you're not going anywhere. And I think it's safe to say that they found themselves a quarterback. Barring any injuries or anything of that nature. If he's anything of what he was in that first year, and we know Derek says it, second year, sophomore jinx.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can avoid that and be at least 3/4 of the quarterback,
people are going to game plan to take him away. Yeah. Now, who else is going to step up? We don't know what to expect from Debo.
You don't know what the running backs.
I don't like their running game, and I don't think they're deep enough on the offensive line to produce as well as they did last year. I think they overachieved last year. I think they slightly come down to earth a little bit, and people know what to expect. Let's not let Jaden Daniels beat us. Let's make the running backs. Let's make them run. Let's double team Terry McLaurin on the outside and see what Debo. Their tight end situation. Zach Ertz is 107. He's still productive, but
yeah.
How many weapons do you really have on offense? And defense didn't get better.
Yeah, so I think they have, they don't have too much room for margin for error in the way of injuries, If people get injured, I think they lost a lot in the way of depth. And I mean, there's just no wiggle room in that way when you think about the Commanders. So it remains to be seen. So what are we thinking?
What was their record last year?
Last year they were 12-5. 12-5. So I'm thinking, for all the reasons that we just said, I think they regress and they fall back a couple of games. I got them at 10-7. I got them at 10-7 is good
I
enough
agree.
for a wild card.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Excuse me.
They won't win all those
10-7
close
is
games this
absolutely
year, and
good enough
people
for a
have
wild
film on
card.
them, like Derek would say.
It's absolutely good enough. Fellas, win total?
Bro, they could come out the gate stumbling. Looking at they could be like 2-3 coming out the gate stumbling, bro. I'd see some tough games, and they're on the road for some of these games. So I'm win total 10 or 11 games. I'll go 11. I'll give them 11. I'll let them regress by one game.
11-6.
Yep.
Derek?
10-7.
10-7. All right.
So
So
we
we
got-
got 3 10-7.
We're all in the
11 and
ballpark.
6. 1-11-6. Like I said, it's it's a good thing, when you make leaps and bounds, and then it's a bad thing because people are going
Expect
to
it.
rip away from you, and unless obviously you finish high up in the standings, you're not getting a particularly high draft. So now you have to rely on the personnel that you have. And if you get, if you get a lot of defections via free agency, then depth becomes a problem.
And because
problem.
something that might be underestimated, they did a great job between bringing in the head coach and the way Daniels played of changing the culture in Washington. They had nothing to look forward to. Their owner, Snyder, was a mess, just doing all kind of stupid stuff. It's now a proud franchise again, and they're showing they can win. And they won rather quickly with just changing the head coach, bringing in a dynamic player. They'll fall back a little bit this year, but they'll get a higher draft pick. I think they have some free agent money to spend because they didn't bring in no super high-priced players this year. There'll be bigger players next year in free agency, and they'll start building for success long-term. I just think they fall back a little bit this year, but still very exciting to watch.
All right. On to the number 3 team, Dallas Cowboys, playing tonight.
Number 3?
They were number 3 last year. Yeah.
Third place, 7-10. They finished 7-10. They finished 7-10. They obviously had their biggest smack this past last week at this time, in losing Micah Parsons, which for the short term, I think is really going to show once you get and you play the upper echelon with teams who have dominant lines. You have to have that one guy that's going to create some type of havoc, create some type of pressure. And right now is a lot of unknowns on that. So I'm going to start with the weaknesses, which is obviously the unknown for their defenses. They got some good news in the way of cornerbacks. Diggs is supposed to play today.
Yes.
And they re-signed Bland.
And yes, they extended Bland. Yes, he's playing today. He wasn't supposed to come back to week 3.
4.
Like you said last week, we haven't seen them two play in tandem in a long time. One's always been
They
hurt.
only played 4 games together
So
in the last 2
once
years.
they get that chemistry going, that's one thing that you'd be able to say that people ain't throwing all over us.
4 games in the last 2 years. So you had the interception leaders in back-to-back years. And in those back-to-back years, one or the other got hurt. Diggs got hurt. And then Bland took over. He had a record-breaking year with interceptions as well as interceptions returned for touchdown. And then when Diggs came back, Bland got hurt. So it's tough. So I think for them, obviously defensively is going to be a huge question. in regards to a lot of the players that are going to have to try to step up.
Which aspect of your defense do you think is the biggest challenge? Is it the line or the linebackers?
I think
like the edge rushers or the linebackers.
So I don't think one guy is going to ultimately make a change. I know we just got an all-pro guy, but it has to be a collective unit because I'll throw two guys on you. I mean, just think
you
about
said they
it,
were
right?
undersized before.
Yeah,
That's why I said.
Well, now they've got size in the middle, but is the number one pick from 3 years ago? Is he going to ever show up? Mozzie Smith, is he ever going to show up?
No.
I mean, Kevin said no.
That's why we what's his face, Kenny from Green Bay. No,
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still on the damn team. I can't stand his ass.
But yeah, I mean, you can't just insert one guy in there. And then another thing, I mean, we've got linebackers that we got new linebackers, that are just getting inserted.
We probably got a third, if not second best defender hurt.
Overshawn, yeah, he's still out.
He's still out.
How long is he out?
He'll be on week 4 or 5 in the earliest.
Yeah.
But they're saying he's making tremendous strides. But that's just a piece of reading some news reporters saying that. I haven't heard nothing from him. So I think another ground weakness for the Cowboys is the offensive line.
Yeah, it's
a perennial All-Pro. He had
there's no replacing Zach Martin,
right? He had more Pro Bowl selections
than
Holden.
Yeah, I know.
Ridiculous. And now we have a rookie who played on the left side, who is now sliding over to the right side to replace Zach Martin. I think that's huge. And then you have a third-year man, Smith, and then you got Guyton, who
that was good news because you didn't think he was going to play.
He's going to play tonight.
Yep, he's ready to go.
There were games last year you were like, "What the are you doing?"
And it doesn't get no better next time. Steele,
Steele
is not good.
Steele's not good. So our center's okay, but what do you do then? And then we have two new running backs.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. We're way behind there. Running back.
But one of them's proven himself pretty much.
Oh, Sanders. Yeah, Sanders is a proven running back. And don't say Javonte Williams because he hasn't played that long.
I didn't say him.
No, and then you got the rookie Jaden Blue who's banged up right now. But you don't know which one's your lead running back yet. Somebody has to step up.
It's going to be a committee.
But if you got two or more, you don't have one. That's the general consensus. Like somebody has to step up and be the lead back that when you need a tough yard, you know who you're going to.
So and all that being said is literally there were a lot of people in the locker room who, back and forth. I don't think it was anybody in the locker room presently, but past guys I don't think liked Micah Parsons. And now you have a bunch of guys, you can see it on their faces when everybody heard the news. I was literally driving here last week when I heard the news, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. And so, is that going to be a hangover? A Micah Parsons hangover? What's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? He's one of the top 3 pass rushers in the league. So what's going to happen?
The thing about Micah Parsons, which I don't get, and I don't mean to change the subject here, but when he was with the Cowboys, he was a beast. They didn't have your defense ranked that high. Now that he goes over to Green Bay, now it's like they got the best defense in the league all of a sudden.
Well, because they have another guy to go alongside.
Yes.
So 2 years ago, I'll give you some.
I don't think he's that much of a to make a team.
Well, that's just
the best team in the league, though.
You have to wait. Hold on.
Great edge rushers.
I'll put it this way.
Strength.
How many guys do you have to game plan against in the league?
T.J. Watt, Parsons, and Myles Garrett.
So he just
maybe Hutch when he's healthy.
So he just
what
named
about the kid from Cincinnati,
Hutchinson? Nah,
not anymore. He's good, but I don't think you have. He's yeah. T.J. Watt and them guys, all the other guys are.
Did he not lead the league in sacks last year?
He did. 17.5.
If you have to game plan against a guy, he's a game changer.
But their defense was so bad.
And then I'll give you some more context. So do you remember 2 years ago when they were good? They also had somebody who was on the opposite side of them. They also had interior linebackers that were overachieving. They were good. They were a top 5 defense.
Yeah, it was under Quinn. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
They were a top 5 defense. For me, anytime that you have to, when a guy is made and spoke about in an offensive coordinator's game plan, then that guy's special.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's special.
No, I'm not saying he's not special, but to change a team from maybe just barely in the top 10 to number 1 just from one guy, and you lost your only run stopper.
We don't know that though.
Listen,
We don't know that.
Listen, I get what Derek's saying because the biggest knock on Micah, if there is one, is his weakness was run defense.
Running, yeah.
So I get it, but so
And
if
they
you're
lost their
talking,
run stopper.
you talking about an All-Pro run stopper, and then you're adding Micah to the edge. Wouldn't you be weak in the middle? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get what he's
We're gonna
saying.
find that out real quick.
Yeah, we're gonna find it out real quick.
We're gonna find that out real quick.
Yeah,
because they got you guys
Let's test that.
425.
Yeah.
Teams are gonna definitely test that. But I think that what's his name? Gary?
Yeah,
That's on the
Rashawn
opposite
Gary.
side. The Cowboys, the Cowboys haven't had. Well, if you want to use Tank as him, but Tank was pretty much hurt every season. I can't recall maybe 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago was the last time he was healthy, and that was pre-Micah. So if you add somebody to a good pass rusher, now guess what? You got to pick your poison. Who are you dubbing? Who are you? What are you doing? How are you doing it? Just by getting Micah is made Gary already that much better.
Oh, absolutely.
Because all eyes are going to be off of him. Half of the time, maybe. So that's it's a trickle down effect.
Micah better be able to play with his L4 and L6.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he's supposed to be getting shot up, man.
Yeah,
Shoot
well,
me up.
I
Shoot
can
me
tell you
up.
one thing,
How long is
though.
that going to last?
Just visual when they showed him hitting that bag and the way he was lifting it up, and TJ Watt on the McAfee show earlier said it. He said, if you've really, really had a bag issue, this is the last thing you want him doing. And
Yeah, you
somebody
don't want to
with back
extend.
problems,
You don't want nobody extending like that.
you don't want to be hitting a bag like that. He's literally coming out of a stance and he's lifting the bag straight,
blowing it up. Yeah.
He was blowing it up. So I don't know what the truth is. We'll find out Sunday at 4:00. We'll find out. Because I'll be watching. A few others in this room.
Yeah.
I might even be sitting on the side of them watching.
Listen, let's call it for what it is. Everybody's going to be watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
the whole world's going to be watching.
It's
What's
the
Micah
new
gonna
Week
look like?
one with a couple of nice matches.
It's the new darling that you're gonna want to watch to see how if it works or it doesn't. You're gonna have the haters, and then you're gonna have the people who want to watch it. So it's like it's built for TV. But getting back to the Cowboys, strengths obviously you could say they're wideouts. I think the combination of adding.
Because it's the regular season.
Adam Pickens, yeah.
If Pickens' head is in the game, he had, I think, a top 3 win rate when he has one-on-one coverage. They just throw the ball up, and Pickens has a top 3 win rate against any receiver in the league because he's athletic. He's a go-getter for the ball. If his head's in the game and Dak stays healthy,
I think they're just going to feed off each other. And you got some speedsters. You got Tolbert. You got, what's his name, number 9. You got some speedsters in their thing. They have the right packages on the field. They could do some damage.
and some capable tight ends.
Can their defense do anything?
Yeah. Well, now it comes down to, okay.
Defense by committee? Is that what we're talking about? I think that's the only we can say.
You're gonna have to play ahead with the lead or
what I am interested in though is seeing Izzy and Kenny together in the middle. I am interested in seeing that because Igazua, whatever the hell his name is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I want to see him with what's the dude's name? Kenny Platt? Is that his name?
Yeah.
So I want to see them together. You have some pieces like Sam Williams.
Yeah,
who's coming off an injury? Obviously, we mentioned Dante Fowler. You got Nealon, who's in his second year. You got a few other guys, but we have I looked at our linebacking core and I was like, who?
Who's your safety?
Yeah,
Wilson and who else was on safeties? I just got so disgusted when I look at one of the rosters of my team and I'm like, who?
Yeah, I can't even.
Like it's crazy.
Who is the other safety? I can't even recall off the top of my head.
Me.
But so yeah, I look at their record from last year. They played 8 games without Dak Prescott, and they finished 7-10. And they had a playoff schedule because the year before that they were in the playoffs for one game. So I'm looking at them this year, and I'm saying, there's more unknowns than knowns on the team.
Hooker. Malik Hooker and
Malik
Donovan
Hooker.
Wilson.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, not looking at the schedule. This isn't the
The
easy
schedule,
schedule.
the schedule's nuts.
This is not an
the,
easy
the
schedule.
middle towards the end
The
is
end, the last
ridiculous.
5,
Around
6
Thanksgiving,
games.
oh, it's
It's
crazy.
a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet.
Crazy. We
Last
play,
5, 6
for example, we play KC on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they have to come out. They have to come out the box. In their first 8, they got to try to go 5-3 if they have any hope. If they have any hope of going over 500.
Good luck with that.
I know. You're not telling me. So, with that being said, I am going to say they are going to be 8-9.
It's only
7-10 for me.
Wait a minute, they were 7-10 last year, and you got to win in an extra game.
With 8 games without that.
I'm listen, because they're my team, I'm gonna give them a little bit of leeway. I was willing to say like 5 or 6 wins, but I'm gonna go with 7. 7 is my pick. But they better hope that Overshawn gets back sooner than later, because they could have an okay defense if he's on the field. The kid could be a stud, but then again, he's coming off back-to-back knee surgeries.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
His schedule is nuts.
Yeah, they do. They do have a tough schedule. I do. I looked at it and I was like, yeah.
On the 21st, September 21st, you guys get the Bears, but it's in Chicago.
And that's week 3.
That's like
we play at Denver, another team that was good.
I can't remember the last time we won at Denver.
Yeah,
I literally have gone back. I can't remember the last time we've actually beat Denver.
The last
I've gone to 2 games.
The last time we watched Denver, there was a certain Bronco fan sitting in my living room, and I want to say Peyton Manning had like 5 interceptions that game, but they still won.
Yeah,
it was crazy, and they came back and beat us. It was the craziest thing.
Yeah. I've been to Denver, and I've seen them get whooped up on. And then they came to Dallas and whooped up on us there. This is one of those teams that has our number in the last 8 years. But yeah, I looked at the schedule.
There's a stretch towards the end of the schedule. We could really go. I could see us
6
going
games.
0-6.
6
really.
games, yeah.
It starts off with Philly, and then 4 days later we play KC.
Yeah.
We play the Super Bowl champs and the Super Bowl runner-up in 4 days.
Yeah.
And not to mention, right after that, we play some asshole Lion team. I don't know where they're from. And then we play some asshole Minnesota team. I don't know where they're from. And then we play the child. It's crazy. If we get more than 5 wins, I'll be surprised. But like I said, my prediction is 7. I'm going to shut up. I don't even want to talk about it.
All right, you two. Shoot.
I don't even want to talk.
5-12.
This is my pouting.
Steve?
6-10. I mean, 6 and whatever, 11.
6 and 11. All right.
Just going through this.
I just say they'll regress 1 game from last year.
Okay.
But they have potential to beat that, but they'd have to stay healthy.
Like my thing is like the Giants improved.
That's what's going to be my point.
Giants is our next subject.
Can we get there?
No, I'm just going. I'm trying to go over their schedule right now.
We're done.
I'm still with this. All right.
Because normally you would count that as a win.
Can we get there?
You would say they're going to beat the Giants twice.
You've already given it win prediction.
I foresee the Giants. We'll talk about it in a second.
Can we get there?
So we're talking about the New York Giants right now. They brought up the rear in the NFC East. They were 3-14. I don't know how much. I granted they have some encouraging draft picks coming up to defense to add. They got the Micah Parsons look-alike in college.
Oh yeah.
Abdul
another Penn State guy.
To go with the promising defensive line that they've already
Thibodeau. Yep.
They've already got interior linemen. Yes.
Yeah.
Their strength is definitely their defensive line.
Yep.
Yes.
And then everything else after that, other than a couple of pieces on offense.
Well, one important piece that people might forget about. Their good guy, Alex Thomas, was out all last year, and he comes back healthy this year.
Does.
So the offensive line gets a boost. You got a playmaker in Malik Neighbors. Tracy came out of nowhere. I don't think he can repeat what he did. He was a 5th-round rookie pick last year. He started halfway through the season, but then he tailed off at the end. Like he showed he wasn't an elite back. When people didn't know about him,
or the wear and tear caught him because
he's not a big guy either.
And the wear and tear might have caught him because he was a rookie,
but he played better than expectations. But who else is going to run over there? Who's there? Who's the rest of their backfield? Can't even name anybody.
Who?
Cam
Tracy
Scatterby.
Carter?
No. In the Giants backfield.
Tracy.
Tracy's the main guy. And it said
Yeah.
after him, you can't name nobody else.
Yeah,
and we're
Cam-
saying we think he's going to fall.
Cam Scatterby.
They got Singletary?
Yeah.
I know they had him, but I didn't know if they kept him.
And Cam Skateboard.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think
so
that
Scatterby.
dude is a college. He's a
Skatable.
Tim Tebow type guy. He's going to be great in the college system, but I don't see him being a factor in the NFL. But we don't know what their quarterback play is going to be. And no matter what else you got,
You got to give it to Doc, man.
Oh,
but he's not starting right away.
They're going to start off with Russell Wilson. And as much as I said I wanted Doc to start off, just give him the ball, let him run.
Yeah, you got
It's the right thing to do. It really is. And I know people have heard me on, I've been on the record all since they drafted him, like start him. But the right thing to do is to start old Russell Wilson, but whatever.
But Russell can't take sacks like he's been doing his
No,
last two
he
starts.
can't.
So this is the thing, right? When we talk about any time that there is a veteran quarterback that's been to three teams in the last 4 years, who's declining and isn't that same quarterback no more. When you pretty much got a rookie quarterback that has a rocket for an arm, you defer to the veteran, because
At
you
least at the
basically
start.
this is what they're doing. They're saying, see, we gave him the opportunity. He didn't do it. So now we go to plan B.
Got to see what the future
It's
looks like.
always, you were probably going to hold, listen, they were probably going to hold him back 4 games anyway. So it's like, okay, if Russ gets out the gate and he stumbles, it's a perfect segue, to the rookie.
How about I hate to exclude subjects? How about a healthy scratch tonight? Maisie Smith for the Cowboys just listed.
Really?
Inactive tonight.
Wow.
Just 2 minutes
I
ago.
wonder what that's
That ought to affect the game.
You know what that's about. Maisie Smith's looking on his way out. Sorry to interrupt about the Giants conversation.
But yeah, so the Giants, I mean, offensively, they've got neighbors, very promising. What do you have, like 12
See, the
yards?
thing, and
Last
according
year?
to their depth chart,
Who you talking about? Neighbors? Malik Neighbors?
Yeah.
1,200
He had a
yards?
really good.
Yeah.
1,200 yards with 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, 100 and something catches. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is that Abdul Qadir's not even going to start. We forgot somebody. Burns, their linebacker.
Ryan Burns, he's the oldest.
But he's good. Yeah.
Ryan
He's
Burns came
really
over from
good.
Carolina.
He's not
He's
even going to
nasty.
start over Abdul Qadir on Sunday or whenever they play.
Yeah.
You don't think they're trying to move him somewhere just to get
I
him
mean,
in the game?
eventually they're going to, but I think they just wanted to keep it simple for him right now. Oh, he's going to get in the game immediately. I mean, you can't keep a talent like that on the bench. He's like he might be the second coming of Micah Parsons. That's what people are comparing him to.
Put one of them at outside linebacker.
It's that serious.
They're all rated at linebackers.
Oh, none of them are defensive ends.
They don't have no edges. They're all linebackers. They run a different D.
And who was their top? Oh, Dot was one of their draft picks, but didn't they get a second good rookie? Because I thought they traded up back into the first round to get Dot.
They did.
So who did they take first?
Abdul Qadir.
He's a rookie.
Yeah. They did come. In the third round, they got the kid Alexander out of Toledo. He's a defensive tackle. Yeah,
So
good.
that defense is looking like all kind of potential now, because they weren't bad last year. And that's why, in comparison with Dallas's record last year I would have gave them 2 victories over the Giants without blinking an eye.
Listen, they got Chauncey Goldstein coming off the bench. And
That's
another one.
So now I say you can't. It's not an automatic. We're going to beat the Giants twice. They might split with the Giants. The Washington Commanders might split with the Giants. But the Giants, their defense is going to keep them close. It all depends on if their offense doesn't make mistakes. If you can get the ball to Malik Neighbors and Tracy can be somewhat resemble what he had last year, and you got Alex Thomas back on the offensive line,
you can't sleep on Wayne Dale Robinson either.
No, you're right.
People are going to be so wrapped up with Neighbors, there's going to be nobody left to cover him.
They are definitely going to be in contention for that, at least that third spot in the NFC East, in the least. They might even challenge. They might surprise some people and really give everybody a game, even with the Commanders coming for second place. That's how high up on that just their front 7 is ridiculous. And you've seen weak secondaries thrive with a good front 7.
Yeah.
All right. With all that being said, let's throw some win totals.
Well, you said they had 3 last year.
8 and 9.
Ooh, I don't go that high.
Nah, I'm saying I'm with D. 8, 9.
I was gonna say 3 to 4 wins more.
So
Just because their defense. No, they had 3.
8 and 9. Yeah.
Well, that's 8 is 5. Yeah, but I was like 6 or 7. That's what I was looking at. 6 or
6
7
and 11.
wins.
Okay.
6 and 11.
Yeah, I say their defense alone gives them an extra 2 wins, and then
You just had that look like you're so uninterested. 6 and 11.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
get
think they're gonna hover around 500.
any team that wins
I
3
think
games
they're
more
going
than
to-
last year is a considerable upgrade.
I think they're going to be considerably better, but once again, just as with the Cowboys, there's more unknowns than there is knowns.
Absolutely.
If they ever get behind, they don't have an offense that can come from behind. They don't have a dominant runner. They got one playmaker, and that's Neighbors. Robinson will help, but their offensive line still needs help.
That playmaker is special.
He is, but if your quarterback's on his back, how often do you get him the ball? If you can't keep teams honest by running sometimes, and if everybody just plays for the pass, they'll constantly double team him and make somebody else beat him. Now, is Wendell Robinson good enough to beat somebody?
I get it.
Consistent, yeah. So I think the struggles are on offense.
It's a toss up.
Oh no, I still think they win 3 or 4 games more than they won last year,
they're
just because
strong.
their defense is going to keep people in the game.
Their defense
So
is definitely strong.
Derek and Kevin 8 and 9. I got them at 6 and 11.
I'm going to say 6 rather than 7. So yeah,
6
I
and
was
11.
I was
2 6 and
straddling.
11s,
Yep.
2 8 and 9s. All right.
Watch them get 7 just to make all of us wrong. We're all off by 1 game.
What up, Bonzi?
I mean,
I like your idea. I like your little message with the high school football stuff, man.
So
you're pretty spot on.
It is it all comes to ahead tonight. Obviously, the Cowboys and the Eagles are playing tonight at 8:20, opening the season. And then we can run from there. We'll see just how right or how wrong we were in predictions. But yeah, it's that does it for the NFL. I just want to ask something real quick right now. Without getting into the conferences and getting into the divisions, and we've already gotten into the divisions. Let's just go right for the throat. Super Bowl participants.
Baltimore Eagles.
I definitely think Baltimore gets over the hump this year because they did nothing but improve. So that's my AFC pick. But the NFC,
Baltimore's another one who's improved on defense. So Baltimore Eagles is my pick. I knew you were going to ask that. Something told me before I even walked in.
and you know what's crazy? They're only an hour apart.
Yeah,
that's crazy to have 2 teams so close playing for the biggest prize in football.
It's gonna be like a Subway Series damn near almost.
But
all right, well,
NFC.
Baltimore is my. I think a lot of people you're going to get Baltimore in the conversation. If there is ever a year in which KC can be taken over, this would be the year.
And you
right?
can't discredit Buffalo because wasn't Buffalo the one that beat Baltimore?
I'm going Buffalo, Detroit. I know it's like
we knew that. I was going back and forth between Detroit and Philadelphia.
I know it's like a homer.
It's called the pick. This isn't called definitive. It's
Yeah.
called the pick.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
you're just-
My
I'm
pick.
going.
But I
like your pick.
Detroit.
Yeah, I
I
was going back and forth. Honestly, like I don't know if one team has the advantage on the other, but
All right.
what I am going to give the advantage to Philadelphia is they kept everything intact. And
they did it.
What's your pick?
Wait. When you say they kept everything intact, what?
Oh, here
No.
we go.
We already went over that. We
Yeah,
already went
pick.
over that.
What's your pick?
my
What's your
team
pick?
is
We just want to pick. We don't need to.
Philly only because the both coordinators.
Can we just have a pick,
Philly?
please?
I just said Philly
Again?
and I said because
Didn't
Philly
Philly-
against Baltimore. I said I agreed with Baltimore.
Hey, didn't
I said
Philly-
I was going back and forth with
Didn't-
Detroit and Philly.
Didn't Philly lose both their coordinators?
Yeah, we already.
Something you forgot about?
No.
All right, so
Yeah, they did.
so you've got
Buffalo and Detroit.
Buffalo and
You
Detroit.
sound like the program. Oh no, Buffalo and Detroit.
Baltimore, Philly,
Yeah.
Baltimore.
He had Baltimore and Philly too.
I had Baltimore and
So
Philly,
two-
and I said it first.
I am going to throw one out the ballpark.
Come on, I want to hear this.
It's not any of the teams in which
Okay,
you
that's
mentioned.
fine.
It's
I
not
like
any
that.
of the, it's not a
a pick.
consensus team.
AFC or NFC?
Just spit it
It's
out.
NFC. I said Baltimore.
He's gonna say Tampa Bay.
The Rams.
Ooh, I like that pick.
If
The
Stafford's
Rams.
healthy,
That pick.
I don't
Listen.
think Stafford's gonna play enough.
like that
Listen,
pick.
he's playing. And he's my second quarterback. So
I also like the duo of Anuko, whatever his name is, and Devontae Adams. I like that combo.
And Kyron Williams.
And they got another running back too. They got another running back.
Yeah, the one from Michigan that don't play that much.
Yeah,
got a sneak.
Shane Quorum.
Defense.
They have a real good
their defensive front is really good and young.
So
their secondary has to improve.
I'm thinking they're going to get in by virtue of either wild card or they're going to take that division.
And then somebody's going to take out somebody else.
Yes.
Sneak in. I like it.
Yes.
I like it. I like all the picks up here. I'm not even mad. I like his Buffalo Detroit.
I just thought I'd throw a monkey.
So you have the Rams having a better season than the Commanders because I look at them as being real.
It doesn't matter who has a better season as long as you get to that round.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, if you get to a round further, you had a better season.
Yeah.
That is it. I just wanted to throw something different in there. I didn't want explanations. I just wanted to.
So in the AFC, you still got who?
Yes, I think Baltimore. This is the year that I think to get to Baltimore, I think a Buffalo might knock off KC. Finally,
yeah,
they're knocking number
somebody
one.
Has to knock off somebody. All three teams can't make it.
There's only one.
Yeah.
There's only number one.
Somebody's going to have to knock off somebody.
And I don't see KC being the number one seed this year.
No.
I see either Baltimore or Buffalo overtaking them as the number one seed, and that's huge. Yeah, because the game's at home now.
Listen, you already know my pick was Baltimore, so I'm telling you, I think Baltimore is going to. And to be honest with you, I think Baltimore might. If that happens, I think Baltimore beats.
That would be a great Super Bowl.
It would be a great Super Bowl. And I'm not hating because I'm a Cowboy fan. I just think it's Baltimore's year. I really do.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, I think that KC is going to finally get overtaken by one of those teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then somebody else is. If they get overtaken, then now you've got them two facing each other. Somebody's got to win, right?
Yeah, somebody's got to beat somebody.
Yeah. All right, so that'll do it for the NFL. In about an hour and 20 minutes, it gets real. But we'll talk about college, right? So I
gotta go to the bathroom.
We ranted and we raved.
Don't let them out, Kevin.
We ranted and we raved last week about the great opening week that was college football,
and it was.
It was incredible.
It was
incredible.
One of the better ones I've seen in maybe I would even dare to say like a decade.
Nobody plays hard games in week one.
No.
Now, as opposed to this week where there's no really big game. Last week, everybody came out the box swinging.
Yeah.
12 o'clock game, 4 o'clock game, 7 o'clock game, Sunday night game. I was like, yo.
Yeah. So I like seeing that. I like seeing instead of like you just say, instead of someone playing Division I AA school and scoring 75 points, I'd much rather see the build up, the hype like we had last week.
Because you could lose in that first.
That might be the highest rated week of all of college football.
You could lose in that first week and still be in playoff contention.
And listen.
Well, if you look at this, look at the rankings.
Yeah.
Like, you had Clemson lose, and they're still in the top 8.
Yeah.
The big fall off here would to me would be Alabama.
Oh yeah.
That was a throttle, and it wasn't even close.
That puts that coach.
So it's.
But I also said that Florida State should have been on the end of that ranking in the first week. They should have been in the top 25.
Man, I thought your team was good. I didn't think they were that good.
Let's say that. Let's say who it is.
Well, I'm just saying
my team. Not everybody knows that.
Miami.
Thank you. Let's just say
I was so impressed with the way they played. I wasn't
even.
And they had room for improvement. But I was like,
their defense had some lapses because
I saw
they could have
back in it.
Yeah.
A quarterback who's not going to beat himself with turnovers and stuff.
Miami's still looking for the big hit. They're not rapid, and that was one of the biggest problems last year because some orange team beat us last year and took us out of contention for the playoffs. And we were beating them 21-0, and then Miami just thought they had won the game.
I wonder what orange team that was.
I don't know. I forget the name.
That's on my chest.
Orange men.
Yeah, sure was.
All right. So listen, we'll start with one of the top game. All right.
Top game.
Ohio State. The two highest rated teams.
Listen, there was a lot of hype leading up to it. Of course, Arch Manning. Everybody was already, crowning him a generational quarterback.
Yep.
in the group text, I said, he's basically shit in the bed in the first
did.
half.
Oh.
I don't know if
Was it him or the way they game planned using him?
Oh, the biggest joke was he's from the only father without a Super Bowl ring.
Only father without playing in football.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, right? So there's two, depending on what analysts you listen to, you might hear that, okay, they didn't use him in the right way and how the defense was playing him. And then other analysts said that the moment was too big for him. And he didn't play against the talent, the level of talent as he did, this past week. Yeah.
And some other squads.
So there has to be some balance, right? Maybe both things can be true but equal, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he didn't play against good talent. Maybe he is not a generational talent. Maybe they gave him a little too much extra credit. Maybe he's not ready. But the good thing is, it was only game one.
Or maybe Ohio State just game planned correctly.
Yes.
Well, both those defenses came out banging, man.
Yeah.
But Ohio State was more complete on offense. And they had a young quarterback. Julian Saying is a redshirt freshman. Yeah.
He didn't have the best of games,
but he didn't hurt himself.
Yeah.
So we look at it this way, right? So Texas, that could have been a very different game. They got stopped 4 times on 4th down, 2 times inside the red zone. Yeah. So you just think about it, right? If you convert one of those, now you got a tied game, right? Then who knows what happens, because college football is totally different. Not unlike the NFL, we don't kick off and it goes, starts at the 20 and works its way in. 4 times on 4th down, 2 times in the red zone. So
thought he was Dan Campbell.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta
listen. I like the riverboat gambling. I like it.
Hey,
I like 4th down.
I got a shirt for that Sunday.
Do you? Good.
I got a shirt for that on Sunday.
So I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at it. You look at it and you can say, wow, they were totally outplayed, but they only lost by a touchdown.
Yeah.
They only lost by a touchdown.
And I thought,
and I just said, so I thought the first half, obviously,
that's their downfall.
It was a tale of two halves.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the second half, it seemed as if he, when I say he, I'm talking about Arch Manning. It seemed like he started to process a little better.
Yes.
Better decisions.
Yes.
The throws were coming out cleaner, crisper, and he was making the right read.
They played it too safe in the first half, and it cost them. And one of the things I didn't see enough of, his ability to run, and he never ran.
So
when the passing ain't working, mix it up and run.
A lot of the
Ohio
analysts
State has a stout defense.
They do, but when one thing ain't working, at least we know
a lot of the analysts said that. They said they should have got him. They should have used his legs, and if not for the mere fact of play action, just to a couple of times, just to keep them honest.
Yeah.
If
they couldn't run on Ohio State.
If you're not doing it, period, you're taking away the whole illusion.
How many guys have played football on any level in this room? And that's rhetorical. So what, being in a huddle or being around football, what is he doing? If it's not there, you tuck in.
Yeah.
And that's usually on your quarterback, because I don't see any coach in America that's going to get mad if you're getting positive yards. Now, if you got a guy wide open downfield, of course.
Yeah.
That's the natural instinct of a quarterback. If there's nothing there, because you know what that's going to do? That's going to stop them defenders from coming up so quick, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to do a couple things.
Yeah, hesitate.
Where he could have did it on his own, but I think the moment was too big for him. I don't think he's ever been in a moment like that before on that level. We all know he hasn't been on a moment, and I think it kind of induced poor play for him. So now he has it. So now what else is for him to do? He's gonna have to recover and get better. That's all he can do right now. He's taking all the criticism in the world, rightfully so. But now he just has to get better. But let's not forget that he played Ohio State.
Yeah.
Defending national champion. Let's not forget that.
And this is the good thing about it. It was week 1.
Yeah, it was week 1.
So
it was.
Texas plays in a great conference to make up that ground.
So listen to this, right? We go back to what we said about, pitting, some of the best against the best. I like it this way because you can make that error, and you can make that error against a top-ranked team and still not get penalized for it.
And just remember, because we still have, I know it's several weeks down the road, you still have championship week.
Yeah.
So it started off with a bang, and it's going to end with a bang.
So
it's going to be good.
So it's like I said, for him, first starting game, just so happened to be on the biggest stage, like you said, against the defending national champs. I think from here he can only go up.
He has to.
Yeah, he can only go
And
up.
he has to get help from his running back too.
If he don't go up, he's gonna come and sit down.
He needs to.
You know what I mean?
He absolutely needs to. You're
So,
absolutely right.
hey.
Can we talk about Clemson and LSU?
We weren't done yet. We weren't done yet.
He said we weren't done
We're
yet.
not done yet. Because I got a question for D-Con.
I'm messing with you.
What? We heard about what Texas didn't do right. What did Ohio State do right to get them that victory?
They didn't turn the ball over.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the defense first.
No,
That's true.
No, the defense. But
I was so impressed with their defense.
But the crazy part about it is that on their defense is that whole front line. I knew.
Yeah, because they have 5 stars
They
playing
got-
behind 5 stars.
They got rid of their whole front line from last year.
They did.
So
that's great
impressive.
coaching. That's great
impressive.
recruiting.
And everybody's trying to give the credit to Matt
Is it really
Patricia.
recruiting or is that
Yeah.
NIL money? Is that really recruiting?
Well, I think a lot of those guys were already there. They didn't really recruit too many guys to go to Ohio State.
8 new starters.
Yeah.
New starters, but not
new
because they
starters.
weren't transfers. They already were in the system and they were developed.
4 of them, I think they said 4 of them had significant timeline.
Now, Julian saying the quarterback, that's NIL.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't he was upset that he wasn't going to start at Alabama. He transferred. The reason he went there is because of the money that was
No,
thrown.
the crazy part about it, if you think about it, all the different players that transfer between Alabama and Ohio State.
Yeah, because Alabama's running
No.
back that left that went
Yeah.
to Ohio State. He had a good game.
Oh,
Oh, no,
oh,
he went to Michigan.
Hey, Jameson Winston. I mean, not Jameson Winston.
I was gonna say that's a long time ago.
Jameson Williams.
Oh, Williams.
Oh,
From he started out at Ohio State
and then went
and,
to
and
Alabama.
went to Alabama.
Yep.
Like there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there is. Yep.
All right,
People want to stay at an elite program.
let me ask this question. Do you think that granted there's a difference of competition? Do you think that it was warranted for Ohio State to jump from 5 to 1 and jump over Penn State?
No,
Ohio
I didn't
State
think
was
Penn
3.
State should have got jumped over. They were 2
Ohio State was
and
3.
1.
3?
Yeah.
Ohio State was 3.
Three.
But
Well,
you
they were 5 in the other.
but
in the other
but if you're
poll.
3 and you beat number 1, yes, you
But
jump.
if you're already ranked
Nope.
ahead of them and
That's
you
what I'm
don't lose,
This is what I'm
Nope.
saying.
but if you beat
Nope.
number 1,
Nope.
that's
nope.
of course.
Listen,
Nope.
so
If you're
both
3,
teams won.
this is
if
the
you're
thing.
3 and you beat
Everybody moves
you
up
beat
one
number
spot.
1.
This is the thing. So Penn State, what do we talk about when you play a NCAA Division 1 AA team and you win 52 to whatever it was?
What, if Penn State play a lollipop team first
High
game?
They played a lollipop.
Yeah.
Well, then that
All right.
changes my
So-
stance
so-
on it then.
So
They played. I'll tell you who they played.
Yeah,
right now.
they won like
They played a
50
directional school,
something.
Northwest,
Yeah, yeah.
South Louisiana.
They played a team that didn't even have a home field.
Holy Family?
But yeah, so we all agree that it wasn't warranted even still yet, right?
That's a viable argument.
so
The level of competition they play.
level of competition. I know what the voters are probably saying. Well, they played it safe and they took a chance. So let's reward them. So they just they just jumped right over them. They stood fast. Stay at number
am I
2.
mad about it? No, but I don't think it's right. Like I'm not.
Well,
you know,
they're in the
it's
same conference.
not-
so
well,
some-
yeah,
that'll trickle.
Yeah,
itself.
somebody's-
That'll work its
yeah.
way out eventually.
Yeah, because they're gonna have to see each other.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
All right. Steve, you want to lead off with the next game?
What's the next game? All right. All credit to LSU.
LSU defeats Clemson 17-10.
Another good- at Clemson.
Another good game. Let's start off there. It was
Yeah.
a really good game.
It wasn't dominant. It's LSU outplayed them and made adjustments. The fact that LSU could go into Clemson and win on the road with 2 top teams, I'm impressed. And their coach had the reputation of always losing the first game of the year, Brian Kelly.
I you know something? I forgot to mention this fact. There was a certain somebody who was on Saturday, obviously, who had a stroke, who's no longer on the program, but gave his final picks. And he went 5-0.
He did.
Because so?
Yeah.
He went 5-0.
6-0.
Was it 6-0?
It was 6-0.
He
definitely
called
picked the Ohio
every
State
single game.
Every
He
single
called
game.
every single
Every
game.
single game. He went 6-0.
He called
But
every single
I'm
game.
going to reiterate what I said the week we talked about this. Is I really think Clemson hurts itself by not going in that portal. I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, everybody else is stealing great talent.
Everybody's stealing great talent. So you're just letting things surpass you because you're not trying to go in that portal. It is the day and age of that portal. So you better get in it and get that talented pool of players.
I'm gonna give you something to expound upon that. So when I was reading the beginning of the week, when I was reading the article, you know how much money LSU spent in
the
NIL deals? Yeah.
Was it 18 mil?
18 million.
Yeah.
18 million.
Well, they're all going to spend about 20, roughly.
Yeah.
They've all been given about 20 million.
But that, just to go off your point. Just go off your point. So most of the money that was spent was on the defense side, defense side of the ball, which has been the Achilles, right?
Yep.
So going right off what Kevin said, you got to get in that water. You got to dive in.
You got to dive in.
It's not an even.
And
he can't just recruit.
And he is adamantly against it. He's on record several times that we are not doing it.
Well, guess what?
That's why Lou Saban retired, right?
He might come over and be the fourth host over here with us if he keeps that up.
Yeah, you can't listen. You got to come with the times. Don't be so stubborn. You know, Nick Saban was stubborn, but he got out.
Yeah.
He said, "You know what?
I can't coach."
But he went into the portal, but he just didn't like it. He didn't like the hopping around. He didn't like.
He doesn't like a
portal.
Well, he's old school. He's old school.
He's old school.
Yeah, he's old school.
He's like a Parcells.
So you know what? He said, "I'm tapping out. I've got enough national titles. I've cemented my name as one of the greatest coaches of all time.
I might not be successful the way things.
I will defer, and I will sit and watch other coaches have to make the transition.
I will become a commentator and talk shit about all of them.
That's right. That's right. So listen, you gotta play even with the field. You know, if you don't, then guess what? You're gonna be lagging behind, and this is going to be a constant.
Clemson will be more than competitive all year. They have a great team.
Yeah.
They have a bunch.
They
of
only got one more real tough game.
You need difference makers.
But you need difference makers.
And
you need.
They had two Heisman hopefuls at quarterbacks, and Nussmeier outplayed Klubnik.
Absolutely.
He took more chances. He took more risk. They paid off. He looked like he was attacking on offense. Yeah. Klubnik looked like he was just trying not to make a mistake.
Trying to manage the game rather.
I don't think Clemson's other skill players came to play. They weren't there.
You said Clemson has one more tough game.
Yeah, because their conference is kind of weak. I think they got Miami. Or Florida State.
They don't play Miami.
Then they play Florida State.
No, they play SMU, who's ranked 17.
Yeah, but that's not a perennial powerhouse.
They're still ranked. And Florida State, who's ranked 14th.
That's the game I gave them credit for.
And South Carolina, who's ranked 10th.
South Carolina will be good. By the end of the year, SMU will not.
At South Carolina.
SMU's ranked off their last year's success. This year, they're not going to be as good. They're going to fall out.
So they have them three, and then they're going to have to play, including Miami, one of those four teams again if they make it to the championship. Because remember, the ACC has a championship.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you have at least 4 or 5 games that are.
But compared to the Big Ten and the SEC, where every week is a gauntlet, it's not anywhere comparable to that type of stuff.
It's not the same.
Well, look at last year. Ohio State lost to Michigan on that last game of the season.
Even what's the conference?
Still won the title.
What's the conference that TCU's in with Iowa State and Kansas State? That conference is underrated. They got like 4 top 20 teams.
They do.
It used to be the Big 8, but I don't know what they call it now. Big 12.
Just add 4 more teams. I don't know.
Yeah, but I just can't remember.
As in?
No, I'm saying is it the Big 12? It's probably called Big something.
What was the conference called
10?
that Texas
Big
came
10.
from? I thought
it was Big 10.
No, Big 10 was Michigan and them.
I mean, not Big.
This was the SEC, wasn't it?
No, Texas and Oklahoma came to the SEC from that old conference.
Was it the Big South?
Southwest Conference? Southwest Conference?
Yeah, it was South something.
But that conference,
where are you when we need you?
TCU, Kansas State, Iowa State, and they got another good team in that conference. But I was like, they got 4 good teams in that.
Arizona State,
who won it last year. That's 4 powerhouse teams. I don't see the ACC having 4 powerhouse teams. SMU will be competitive, but they won't be.
No, SMU is good.
Florida State looked good. We'll see.
All right, we'll put Steve out of his miseries. To give him some clarity. I did see first thing on Monday what's the guy with the big ears that does college? What's his name again?
It's
Got the
good.
big ears. They always have him on first take.
Uh,
I forget his name. He's got glasses.
I know you're talking about.
He did say
Paul
Feinstein.
Feinstein. Paul Feinstein or something.
Yeah, I forget his name. He did go on and to give Steve some hope. He did say Clemson will bounce back, and he sees them as a top 5 team.
Same thing we said about Texas. You lost at the
them,
perfect time.
He sees
You
them
got
as
enough
a,
of a
as a
good
top
schedule to make up ground.
as a top 5 team.
Top 5.
As good as, like I
So,
said,
yeah,
as
he said
Yeah, they
top 5.
stumbled against a top-ranked team.
good.
LSU's better than we thought.
as good as week 1 was, it's not over for anybody.
No,
win or lose.
that's a good thing.
Win or lose, it's not
All
over
right.
for anybody.
We'll go on the good
Except
side.
for Alabama, it might be over.
Oh yeah, they did. We'll talk about that. You all right there, Steve? You
Yeah,
good?
that
You
didn't
good?
hurt as much.
911? No.
No, I'm good.
All right.
No cracks.
Miami.
No pain.
Miami took out Notre Dame. All right, Kevin, the floor is yours. Your team. You can lead it off.
Was I happy with the win? Of course, but I still seen some of the flaws from last year.
You've already pointed them out.
But that being said, like Miami took a lot of hits. Obviously, quarterback. Their defense took some hits with some pass rushes. I think Barron, a couple other guys who we lost either via the portal or the NFL. I seen some speed on their defense. Their receiving core, that catch was fabulous, and they lost. I think 5.
The one-handed
the
catch?
one-handed catch was nuts because it would have been an interception if he didn't lay out like that.
Oh yeah, that was definitely.
So that being said, the offensive line looked good for the most part. It's just that it's always Miami. It's just always their defense. They want the big Sports Center highlight instead of wrapping up. They did it last year, and it aggravates me because at one point in time we could have blew Notre Dame out in my eyes. We could have beat them by at least 2 touchdowns, but we let them back in the game. But Notre Dame itself seemed more worried about acclimating their quarterback instead of going to their strength. Their running back is an All-American. He's a preseason All-American. How don't you feed that boy the ball?
He didn't get the ball till fourth quarter.
It was ridiculous, the fact that, and they got 2 other running backs behind them that are pretty good.
That's a crime.
It's a crime. Like your bread and butter should be your strength, whether it's the run game, pass game, or whatever. I understand you wanted to, and it was a toss-up for a while with Notre Dame with their quarterbacks. I think it went to the 23rd hour, and their coach
and the freshman won it. CJ Carr.
Yeah.
Catholics versus convicts.
Yep, that's what it is. And
Was Miami ahead from start to finish? Like, were they never had to play from behind in that game, right? They got out to a lead, and then because I felt like Notre Dame didn't look good until the fourth quarter.
It was 3-0. No, I think Notre Dame started to hit their stride in like the latter part of the game.
They missed out on some opportunities.
Like I said, it befuddled me because they literally didn't start off handing the ball to the All-American running back.
Jeremiah Love.
How don't you do that? It made me laugh. But Miami, all in all, with the replacements that they had to do,
How'd you think? What was your evaluation on Beck?
Obviously, he's good, but there were some things that I didn't like from his progression down the field was kind of off at times. But it could have been pregame jitters. I mean, you talk about star power on the sidelines. You got
Michael
Did you hear his post game?
No, actually, I didn't. No,
so I watched it.
Ray Lewis,
and
thank you very much. Who cares about
he said like you could see that he was like kind of nervous, and like I don't know if it was nervous or maybe excited, overwhelmed. He had a lot of emotions going through him, but he said the female reporter asked him, what were your takes on the game and how you performed, and immediately he didn't say anything about himself. He said, these guys have trained. I'm the new guy here. They all came and were willing to go to war. And he said, shit.
No, I didn't see that.
He said shit. He caught himself. He was like,
that probably endeared him to his team, though.
Yeah.
He probably got more limelight on him because he won at Georgia and he came and gave his team credit.
He
and
did.
now his team's like, we're ready.
He said, these guys, he said, I've been with them for a short period of time, but he said they came to war. They entrusted in me, as their leader. And he says, I can't thank them enough.
Big shoes to fill. Number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah,
That's
oh yeah,
big shoes to
oh
fill.
yeah. So yeah. So like I said, you got another team. You got the lower seed beating the higher seed, and they didn't fall that much, right?
It was in Miami.
And-
No, Notre Dame, did they?
They're 9.
Yeah.
So they literally 3 spots.
But they played close. That came down to the thriller.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I believe, should have dropped further. And Oregon didn't play nobody great first week, so they couldn't move up. But I don't know any of those teams that lost. I don't think none of them, except Alabama, should have been penalized too much for losing because they all played somebody good. You can't get penalized for losing to a top 10 team.
I still think Alabama, it's bad for them because I honestly thought Florida State should have been ranked. But at the same time, they wasn't. So it looks worse because they were unranked. So you have to be penalized for that. I don't care who you are.
But
and
a lot of the sports radio, they weren't too kind with Alabama.
Because it wasn't even like it was a good game.
There you go.
Pounded.
That's what I'm getting at. They said that they literally were talking about heads will roll, and this might be the swan song if the season continues to be like this.
And the season doesn't get no easier.
Exactly.
He has a chance. He has a chance to make good just because of the rest of that schedule.
This week they play LA Monroe, but in a couple weeks they played Georgia.
Yeah, well then you go right into the meat of things.
Tennessee, South Carolina, LSU,
you go north, south,
Oklahoma,
north, south. Oh my God!
6 of their next 8 games are ridiculous. So we'll see what they're made of. Hopefully they recover because
you can't live off the laurels of past.
No.
There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to want to.
Nick Saban is not coming through them doors anytime soon,
sir.
There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to want to do to you what you did to them for the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Last 20 years.
There's a lot of get back. Get back.
He's not even the one that was putting the whoopings on them all those years, but they still want to get back on
It's
him.
the Alabama name,
They
bro.
still got that A on the side of their helmet.
You know what I was a little disappointed with, and I think Derek will have a lot of say on this. The 2-star power wide receivers, Alabama and Ohio State, neither one had a good game. There were several drops from both people. I was so for people that were supposed to be the top 2 wide receivers in the country, Ryan Williams and Smith, did not have good games.
No, Smith.
Neither one. They both had
4
easy
catches.
drops.
Yeah, like 4 catches.
Yeah, and probably 3 drops.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably had like 2 or 3 drops.
There was times I saw he had a step on people and he was in a flat and looked like he started running without the ball.
Yep.
After looking so great as a freshman, I was like, how
try to score without touching.
Yeah, but both of them. Ryan Williams didn't look good either. Smith and Williams both were like, they're too good to play like that all the time, but maybe there was too much expectations on them and they tried to do too much too early. They kind of snuck up on people last year with how much they dominated as freshmen.
All right, so let's we talked about it at the beginning of the show about Bill Belichick, bringing the style power.
Thank you all for coming out. God bless.
Out to UNC. The alumni were there in full effect.
Sure.
It gets no better than Mike. He had Lawrence Taylor there. He had there was a whole bunch of literally a whole bunch of movie stars there. They had ex-alumni, people who didn't even have anything to do with UNC just by knowing Bill. I'm surprised Tom wasn't there.
I don't think Tom likes Bill.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what? I don't think. Yeah, the love isn't like it used to be.
Yeah.
Their love isn't that like that. It isn't like.
I'm surprised Randy showed up.
I think the media wanted them to be good so bad.
Randy's always had his love for Bill. He's always stated that.
Oh yeah. Wasn't he the one that invited him to the Halloween party? Got to go to the Halloween party. Had him all dressed up. The funniest meme.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I did see
with
that.
his girlfriend.
Yeah.
When they walked, when it was a video meme and they walked together. It says,
I sent one the other day with Bill in the hot tub talking to Michael Jordan.
When she asked for lunch money and it exceeds what you something along the lines when you ask for lunch
spending
money,
limit.
yeah, and then they just both walked away.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is good. Then they had her in the transfer portal.
Yeah, she's looking for a winning organization.
Oh man, poor Bill.
They were brutal.
That stuff. Some people are creative. The internet
Did you see
is
the-
undefeated.
The cartoon where Bill's in the hot tub and Michael Jordan's cussing him out. So I didn't give you the money for this.
Yeah, like we said in the beginning, I mean, this is his first year. I mean, you're gonna get what you get. If he can just make strides. I mean, because they came out, they scored on their first drive, and then after that it was
like Derek said earlier, TCU is not an easy team. They're gonna do that to a lot of people.
But TCU is notoriously has a good team. Just in that name alone, they're in that Texas area, so they have all them
trying to recruit against.
They get them
all
B
those
plus
other
players. They might get lucky every now and then and get a juggernaut, but every now and then
Texas
you get 5
Tech,
B plus
Baylor.
players, and you might not be that bad off.
No, not at all. Especially when they stay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. So obviously we're not going to have the same caliber of games this upcoming week.
Only one high profile game, and that's Oklahoma and somebody. They play somebody good. Nobody else plays.
No, nobody else.
Another competitive
everybody now it's the Powder Puff week.
Yep, it's the Powder Puff week this week. Oklahoma's the only good game, and I forgot who they play.
It is bad.
So we'll have to wait a few more weeks before teams start getting within their conferences and playing. Everybody obviously wants to load up on the
Michigan and Oklahoma played this week.
Because Michigan's freshman quarterback that was definitely an NIL.
Yeah.
He played pretty good his first year. And the guy that transferred to Oklahoma, Mattia, played good.
So, for instance, like them Powder Puff games, Grambling State plays Ohio State.
Oh, I wonder how much.
Maybe Ohio State will have a letdown this week.
Florida International plays Penn State.
Yeah.
The number 5 team, Miami, the U, plays Bethune-Cookman.
These are all
black.
Iowa State and Iowa will be good because
it's a rivalry game.
It's interstate.
All those black schools.
You guys play Troy this week. Troy plays Clemson.
Texas plays San Jose State.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that.
They all came out the box, and then they went back. They said, "We'll make Power Puff week 2."
We need a rest.
And I think Oregon, Oklahoma State's going to be better than what people think.
Yeah, it should be. You're right.
It's just that first week was incredible. So it's hard to get excited about.
Yeah, you got to fall back. We've got NFL to take.
Yeah, I would say that's what they're doing. They wanted a good week before the NFL started, and then
we've got the NFL to take care of that and to literally keep us occupied with the ratings, where you can to defer to something else.
And there's a lot of good games coming up this week in the NFL. For week 1, there's several nice matchups.
Yeah.
They're a rivalry.
They're rivalry conference games.
Yep.
The one thing I'm not on board with is them having a Friday night game this week. That streaming service.
That's because it's free.
It's free.
It's free. It's on YouTube. It's free.
Right.
Yeah, it's free until they start after Thanksgiving. Then that's when it won't be free.
But making another night for football because you can be the only game in town. Your ratings are going to be good. But
they're playing in Brazil.
Yeah. But they got Thursday night. Then they got Friday night. Then they got Sunday night. Then they got Monday night.
Oh, same thing.
But 4 nights out of the first 5 days, 4 nights in the next 5 days, there's NFL football in a primetime hour.
You sound like you don't like it.
No, I'm just saying it's never. I remember growing up, we only had Sundays, and then you had the Monday night game, and they added the Sunday night game. Then they added Friday night
TVs
game.
were black and white when you grew up.
Sorry,
rabbit ears.
Wow,
they were furniture.
Steve, you don't let them do that to you, bro?
They were furniture.
They're a big ass heavy.
These teams still winning the black and white years, the color years, the polka dot years, or the stripe years. So I don't know.
Well, how many Super Bowls you have?
We won.
Same.
We got there.
Same amount.
And you
did you get there?
And you
did you get there? Or did you watch me? And what you watched?
I was just gonna stay quiet.
No, I didn't watch you lose because I wasn't old enough.
What you say is you're defending both of us, so forget them.
I wasn't old enough then, so
hey, at least we had a shot at the title.
When?
The only bowl you went to was the toilet bowl.
When did you have a shot?
One of the 4 Super Bowls that we lost.
What year was that? With the rabbit
Several
ears?
years. We were there 4 times.
With the rabbit
Tell
ears?
me your best Super Bowl story.
With the rabbit ears?
Let me hear your best Super Bowl
What's
story.
your best Super Bowl story?
We made it 4 times.
All right.
That can't be a good Super Bowl story if you lost.
You didn't even have a chance to lose. You didn't even have a chance to lose.
Children, play nice.
That made you the first
All right,
losers.
listen, and changing it up. Did anyone happen to see the press conference for the upcoming fight next week?
With
Canelo. That's close. Canelo and Crawford.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't see the fight.
I didn't see the press conference.
I'm saying, like,
was it tense?
Oh man, they were going at it. It's the most that I've ever heard Canelo speak.
Because people are questioning.
He speaks English.
People are questioning pound for pound because when Crawford beat what's his name?
So Canelo said he called him out. He said, "Who have you beaten?" He said, "Name a."
And only fight who's there.
Well, he said, who is the marquee fighter that you can say in your career that you have beaten?
Coming from somebody who handpicked every opponent he's had.
Well, you know what it is, right? So what he wanted to say is what Crawford ended up saying. You're going to be my victim.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said. And he said, he goes, I'm going to stomp a mud hole in your ass. You wait and you see.
Yeah,
Canelo said that?
No, Crawford.
Oh,
Bud.
Crawford said
But Bud's been saying that, though.
Oh, yeah.
I just hope he can withstand the power that Canelo, because he's never fought nobody with that much power. But I still think Crawford's the better fighter completely. Defense, being able to fight southpaw or traditional. Yeah. I think he brings more to the table where Canelo is not going to outbox him. He's going to have to outstrength him. If Crawford takes too many body shots early, he might be, nothing left by the 8th round or 9th round. That's what Canelo will get.
Another Errol Spence.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's when I really got.
That was a form of a question.
I thought Spence was going to win that fight,
I thought Spence
and the way he got handled easily, I said, I got a new.
I thought he was going to win to where I think when he came out, the way he looked, like his face,
he was drained. He couldn't make the weight.
I even said it. I watched that at your house. I even said, look at this dude's drained. And then Crawford just manhandled him.
Whatever happened to Errol Spence? He even fought again after that? Has he fought since then?
Nope. 2 years.
Lost his heart. Heart was been taken.
I know there was an offer on the table for him.
I just don't know. But who was it? Who was it? Diego Corrales and
No, there's somebody besides Crawford. Ennis. Was it Boots Ennis? Somebody significant wanted to fight him and he delayed it, and then they moved on to trying to fight somebody else because they said he was talking, but he doesn't really want to fight.
All right. So last story before we get out of here. Has anybody been following the Kawhi Leonard saga?
That's crazy.
The makeshift company that pays him $28 million a year, but they went bankrupt.
Yep.
Yes.
Circumvent the salary cap system.
So the NBA is now looking into it. Let's say for a talking point that it is found out to be true. What do you think? What do you think the NBA does to him?
Suspend him for a year.
Him or
the owner? The owner's the one that made the deal.
Both of them need some type of.
I'm a player. I'm not refusing $28 million a year if my owner says. But show me what that company did. They said it did no movement. It was just a barren company.
Movement, and he didn't have to show up.
No appearances.
No appearances.
So there was no company. Period.
No,
it was an invisible company.
Yeah.
So you hid $28 million because you didn't want to go over the luxury tax or whatever.
Yeah.
And you wanted to keep him happy. Hey, $28 million.
So you think that 1 year, just 1 year is?
Oh, you thinking about banning them for life?
No. But this is the first such incident,
and you want to send
of this nature,
and you have to send a message.
Yeah, you have to
a combination of punishments. You take away first round draft picks.
A
big fine, and he's suspended for a year. So you kind of cripple that organization for the next couple of years, and they're going to start out over.
I would
go
heavier on the drafts. I would say no first round picks for the next 2 years.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed. I said they'd have to take away some.
I would go. So obviously you get a fine, and I'd make the fine such that it is big enough so all the other teams can get a piece of it.
Oh,
because what you did was you chopped You circumvented the free agent protocol
And the salary cap.
by creating this image. So I would do something to say, you know something? We're going to fine him, but we're going to give them other teams revenue sharing out of this fine. It goes to them. So you're losing in
Other teams are gaining. Add it to each team's salary cap.
Yeah. Well, no, you just give
28
them,
more teams in the league.
Give them the money because
so set the fine at like 100 million and let 32 teams.
You make it unprecedented. So no one even thinks about doing this again. It has to be something that.
And you have to make the owner step away and have no contact.
He has to stop.
They did it to the other Clippers. Didn't Sterling have something like that?
Sterling.
He had to step away for a while.
Sterling. Well, no, he had to.
Snyder had to do it in football.
I was going to say Snyder did some shit, but he had to step away and eventually
put it in his wife's name though.
Sterling was forced out because he got caught with the his girlfriend using the N-word. He ultimately they were going to the players were the final straw. They basically said we're not playing for him.
Yeah. But he was in hot water long before that. That was just a final.
He had a string of things.
He was just getting away with it because the other owners were supporting him. And then when that happened, they're like, "We can't protect you."
Yeah. Once you have physical evidence, then you're done.
When you got a bunch of people that you're slandering and playing for,
all on your payroll.
Yeah,
and it'll get with the other team. You can't survive that.
Yeah, so it started with his own team. They were going to strike.
Yeah,
and then the other owners were like, "Wait a second, that's how many less games for us?
Mm-hmm.
We can't have that. That's affecting our pockets.
You got to go.
It's revenue sharing. All right, see you later." But yeah, it has to be something that's going to ultimately set precedents, so that other teams won't even think about it. When I heard it. I literally heard it about a week ago, but it wasn't on a credible site. So then I kind of like, And then the next day I did see it on a credible site. It was investigations. And now it's all over. It's just like, whoa. But yeah, to me, it has to be, the punishment has to be such that you won't even think about it.
But the bigger question is if he does get punished like that, to me, he sails off into the sunset and never comes back. Kawhi's in like his mid-30s.
Yeah, Kawhi gets a big punishment. He's retiring.
Yeah, he's sailing off into the sunset. He's gone. He's like, deuces. I'm out.
He's the only guy that that we can sit here and say he's been hurt more than what he's played in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
4
absolutely.
years. And he's had
Paul George might be close.
He's had
they're on the same team.
Heftiest. He had one of the heftiest contracts to go.
Yeah.
So I mean, if this holds true and he's disciplined somehow, some way, I could see him walking away. They say, "Oh, you're suspended for a year."
I can't see them doing no less than a year.
Yeah, but it has, like I said, it
has to be precedent.
Yeah,
it has to be up there.
It has to fit.
You have to send a message from here to China with this message.
Absolutely. Next week we'll have a full slate of games to run off of.
The
with
fight?
exception of you guys, right?
Huh?
You play Monday night?
Yeah.
With the exception of you.
Next week week will be the weekend of the fight.
We can still talk.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Monday.
I'm thinking about the weekend.
We'll be able to talk more about the fight.
The fight will be upcoming.
Yeah, it'll be that Saturday. Next Saturday.
Yeah, so next week we'll have a full slate of games.
Yeah, how did week one pan out?
And go from there. We'll talk about obviously the games that there's going to be games that aren't going to go the way that we think that they're going to go, and then the marquee matchups. We'll talk about them. We'll pick.
Hopefully the Red Sox will still be in the playoff race because they had an unfortunate injury.
Yeah.
So Christian McCaffrey listed as limited in practice today due to a calf issue. Adam Schaefer.
And I was right after Brian. I said, watch everybody I want be gone. And then Brian cut my throat because I said, I want Nico Collins. And Brian said,
you heard my washers fall off. That just came through.
Yeah, I was like, I hope I don't have to choose between will Christian McCaffrey be healthy or do I skip him?
They traded for Robinson, and now I know why. I don't even know why I even questioned that.
All right, so this will do it for us here today. We got a game to watch. We got
Oh, yeah.
we got a game to watch tonight.
Might start a little later because of the ceremony.
And
but
no, 8:20
8:20
start.
8:20
They're doing the
starts.
ceremony
so the
right
ceremony starts today.
Yeah,
the
everybody
ceremonies
keeps
are
sending me
going on right
pictures
now.
of it on my phone. All the Eagles fans and hater Cowboy fans.
now. Ceremony's going on right now. But yeah, we'll convene next week, same time, Thursday, 6 to 8, right here on Straight to the Point Sports. As always, please go ahead and download the WMB1 Radio app. It's available on both platforms. So yeah, that's it. Up until next week, everybody enjoy the game tonight and enjoy the games this weekend. See you all next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yo, what's up? Baby, let's go.
Old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNV1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the legendary Tavares and just a collection of some cool ass wonderful